What's up guys, Jake here and I'm back bringing you guys another Hearthstone video. In this video I'm going to be going over a new deck that I've been working on. This is not by any means, perfectly original deck. I'm sure other people have come up with the same idea, but this is one I've been trying to perfect as of late, and I think this is a pretty good list so far. And it's basically a mid-range hunter deck that uses Volcanic Drake to just get a really big tempo swing. Now basically, you're going to be getting Volcanic Drake very, very cheap by using cards like Unleash the Hounds and Snake Trap. You're going to trade all of your, your Hounds or your Snakes in. And then once you do that, you'll be able to play your Volcanic Drake extremely cheap, typically 0 mana from what I've experienced. 0 to 2 is standard, but even getting it for 3 or 4 mana is pretty good. Just a lot of value from a 6/4 playing for 0. It's just, like I said, a huge tempo swing. And aside from that, we also have Cult Master, which can benefit a lot from the Unleash the Hounds and Snake Trap combo. You can get just a lot of cards off of it, and it seems like the Hunter decks struggle a lot with card draw, besides Face Hunter, just because you're going face every time. You're probably not going to run out of steam, and most cards you draw are going to accomplish that goal. But in mid-range Hunter and even Control Hunter, a lot of the times I think drawing cards can be problematic, just because there's not really any great card draw. But the Cult Master Unleash the Hounds combo is extremely good, especially against the Zoo deck that I'm playing. Now here I think I misplayed this turn. I decided to play the Freezing Trap. I don't really know why. I think it'd be better to just leave the board as is, simply because next turn then I can Knife Juggler, Unleash the Hounds. But I think I was watching like Drake and Josh or something, and I was briefly distracted, so I just decided to throw it down. Not really sure why, but I think it works out fine anyway. It just means that I'll be able to get one less Hound from Unleash the Hounds, which I guess could backfire, but I'm going to get the Snake Traps from this Knife Juggler anyway, so it probably ends up working out okay. He uses Implosion here, which I was licking my lips when I saw that Implosion, because I was hoping actually that he would get like a 4, simply because then I'd be able to get a really, really high value Unleash the Hounds and even a better Cult Master follow-up turn. So yeah, so regardless though, we're definitely looking to be in a good position. We can Knife Juggler, Unleash the Hounds here, and hopefully clear the board and get our free Volcanic Drake here in this turn. And I think this deck performs very well against decks that spam the board early and often, such as Hunter decks. Maybe not Face Hunter just because of how aggressive and how fast it plays, but it's very good against decks like Zoo, which is very popular, that just spams the board. It's good against mech decks, I believe, and it's also good against Paladin because of all the 1/1 minions that they'll have from Muster for Battle, as well as their hero ability. It just gives you an even bigger tempo swing. And a lot of the times they won't have the proper response to it unless they have, Consecration or something. But here this turn was really, really good. We got our Knife Juggler, we got 1 Hound left over, and our Volcanic Drake. So next turn we should have a pretty good play. Depends what our opponent plays here. He plays a Knife Juggler as well as an Imp Gang Boss. Now Imp Gang Boss is a little bit sort of problematic when you're using the Knife Juggler. A lot of times it can result in them producing more, get more minions on their board. Although with this deck, it's really not that big of a problem because it just gives you more things to trade into and get your Volcanic Drake and more value from your Cult Master as well. Now here, I forgot I was using Snake Traps, so I end up dropping the Web Spinner. I probably shouldn't have, because he's definitely going to attack into either the Volcanic Drake or the Knife Juggler this following turn. So I figure if I leave the Web Spinner in my hand, I get one more snake, and it just gives me more value from the snake and the Knife Juggler. But regardless, I think the result ends up being okay. I suppose that it's not completely incorrect, because it might give him more value from his Imp Gang Boss, especially now that he drops another one. But either way, I think the end result ends up being okay. So here we get a couple more snakes into play. Our Knife Juggler does go off, and I believe it does clear though this imp that it produces. So I guess it's really not that big a deal. Basically nothing happens. It just produces the Snake Trap and does 1 damage, which is fine. So here we should have a really, really powerful turn. We can drop that Cult Master and draw a ton of cards here with our basically all of our minions, trading in our snakes and our Hounds. I'm just going to start calling them tokens because it's annoying to call them all different things. But here we can draw 3 extra cards, which is a really big deal. If you look at my hand, it's getting pretty low, although, at this point, we're looking pretty good in terms of tempo. It's really going to be tough for my opponent to clear the board at all, especially with a zoo deck. They really don't have any AoE effects, but we'll definitely have to see. I decided to drop down the web spinner as well because it has a good death rattle if it gets killed somehow, and my Cult Master or my Knife Juggler survives. You can get some value off of that, and it's just a nice card to have in this deck. It also synergizes well with these cards, I think. And we'll have to see what my opponent does here. It's going to be tough for him to finish this game, I think. Just very far behind now with the big tempo swing from this combo. And you can see just how powerful it really is. And I am playing ranked, as you can see here. I'm only rank 8 when I'm playing this match. But either way, and wow, that's a Shadow Flame. That is extremely surprising. Zoo decks don't typically play AoE, especially not on a 1 attack 3 mana minion. As you saw, that freeze trapped Void Caller, or not Void Caller. Yeah, is that what it is? I forgot. Can't even remember the name. Yeah, here I do have lethal though. In my head, I'm trying to calculate it out while probably watching TV or doing something. But I do have lethal here. As you can see, we've got the Cult Master, Annoyatron, Haunted Creeper, and then either the Hound Master onto the Haunted Creeper, which I think is what I'm going to do just because it's slightly more BM value, or the hero ability would do it as well. So there we go. We wrap up this game, come out with the win with a pretty interesting deck. So if you guys want to try it out, the list is on the screen. And let me know how it works for you guys. I think it's a pretty good deck. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.